Yes, boys, welcome to a new video on this channel. Today we are reacting to a big YouTube video from It's Jarian. The big problem with Fortnite Chapter 3, worst season ever. I mean, I didn't play this game for 3 to 4 days right now. I mean, today is the 29th. Didn't play Fortnite for 3 to 4 days straight. I mean, I'm taking quite a little bit of a break. Because, yeah, it's really hard to concentrate, to have, like, streaming type of wise. Streaming fun. The YouTube video doing also fun. But Fortnite, I'm taking it quite a little bit of a step back until the cup starts. So I'm doing a quite tips and tricks video. So yeah, we are going to react to this video and let's see what the biggest problems are, or why is it the worst season from Ijarian. When my face cam is in the way, I'm sorry guys, I can't do it because then everything is going to be fucked. But I can do it a little bit more down for you guys. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. A little bit down so you can see my thing. Yeah, let's just start with the YouTube video and let's go.
Hey guys, so for this video, I have a little bit of a rant / discussion video on why I think Fortnite Chapter 3 is such a big letdown at the moment. Now, let me preface this whole entire video by saying I love the new map. I know some competitive players have been complaining that there's not enough loot on it, that there's not enough POIs, but I personally believe it is 10 times better than the Chapter 2 map. In addition to that, I enjoy the new sliding mechanic, I admire the fact that Epic tried to change up the loot pool, I even don't really mind that they took out the pump shotgun. What I do care about is the meta, the huge weapon imbalances in both competitive and public matches, as well as the extremely toxic Chapter 3 gameplay that those weapon imbalances have caused. So let's talk about it. To start off, I want to touch upon the Stinger SMG. Ever since the beginning of Chapter 3, the Stinger SMG has been by far the best weapon in the entire game. It has insanely good damage, nearly that of an assault rifle. It also has an insanely fast fire rate, and to top it all off, Epic gave it really good range with barely any fall off. In theory, this really would not be that big of an issue if Epic made shotguns really strong as well. Like, if their goal was to decrease the total time to kill, then it would make sense to buff SMGs in the way that they did. The thing is though, that's what does not make sense about the current meta. You see, rather than making all weapons really good, Epic decided to only make ARs and SMGs stronger, all while making shotguns even worse. And yes, I know the MK7 or the Mark 7 did receive a recent nerf. You don't have to remind me of that. The fact of the matter is here, Epic chose to create this absolute disaster of a weapon meta and this huge imbalance in all the current guns. Taking a quick step back, if we go and look at Chapter 2 Season 3, that was the season with the water by the way, you would start to notice a ton of similarities between that season and the current one. For example, in Fortnite Chapter 3, we have the insanely busted Stinger SMG, while in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3, we had the insanely busted compact SMG, aka the P90. On top of that, in Chapter 3, we have the really weak striker pump shotgun and the even weaker auto shotgun. I'm not even saying they're weak when compared to the Stinger SMG, they're just weak in general. While in Chapter 2 Season 3, we had the charge shotgun and the tac shotgun, both of which were outmatched by the P90. The only real difference between these two different spray metas was that the one in Chapter 2 Season 3 probably was not as bad as the current one. Yes, I said it, this is the worst spray meta we have ever had in Fortnite's history. And now that I think about it, a big
But you need to know that the fire rate is maybe one more, so one just like one number up more than the normal P90, so it's really fucked. So the P90 and the fire rate, it's quite the same, but I don't know, they done something. The SMG is just like gray one is the same like a P90 and Epic or something, you know. It's really fucked.
The reason for this is because back in Chapter 2 Season 3, people did not know how to use the charged shotgun. Like, as the season progressed, people got better with the charged shotgun, they learned how to actually use it, and they kind of mastered not being able to instantly shoot. Which then, because people started doing more damage with it, it became a direct nerf and weakness of the P90. Well, guess what? We do not have the same thing in Fortnite Chapter 3. Everyone knows how to use the striker pump shotgun. The fact of the matter is, it does does no damage, it has a slower fire rate than the old pump has, and it's just not good. So for all the people that are saying that they want the pump back, I'm not saying that's the answer to the current spray meta. We saw in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5 that you could actually have SMGs in the game that are not overpowered alongside shotguns that were not the pump. That season we only had charges and tacs again. But do you know what happened? People already knew how to use the charged shotgun. Therefore, my point here is that you really do not need the pump shotgun always in the game. Epic can make the game work with any shotgun in the meta. It just has to be strong enough where it can counter the SMG, or strong enough where SMGs are not taken over it. And that leads us to Chapter 3. Not only is the current Stinger SMG a much more viable choice from up close than both the striker pump shotgun and the auto shotgun, but it's also better than an AR for mid-range, and it bleeds through builds better than all of those weapons. This means no matter how good your aim is, or how hard zero ping you are while you build, you will always die to a Stinger SMG from pretty much any range. The only way you can actually stop it is by spraying back with your own SMG, or getting off a decent damage shot, which does not happen a lot with the current shotguns. But like, that is just to get your opponent to stop pressuring you. You're not going to kill them when you're low HP, and they are spraying you to death. That alone, at least to me, is one of the most frustrating and annoying parts of the current meta. In the past with pump shotguns, you could just take one out, hit a nice damage shot on your opponent, and you would easily be able to play defense. With the current shotgun and SMG meta though, that's just not possible. You cannot outplay your opponents when you're low, you cannot end fights fast, you cannot do anything because anytime you hit a pump, it's gonna do like 30 damage, your opponent is gonna run away, build 500 boxes, and by the time you actually try to get in on them, you're gonna end up getting third-partied. At least, that's how half of my fights go. Seriously though, the current meta is extremely toxic. In any other season, you would have a gold spaz shotgun, and you would be able to 200 to 0 people, especially idiots who spray you with the Stinger SMG. And I don't even know why I'm calling them idiots, because that's the only way to play. They're actually smart because they're playing by the meta. They're doing what Epic wants them to. That's how you have to play in Fortnite Chapter 3, and there's no skill involved. Oh, and that actually reminds me, I did mention it before, but I want to bring it up again. Can we talk about the fact that the striker pump shotgun does not have the same fire rate as the old pump? Who thought that would be a good idea? In case you did not know this, the striker pump shotgun used to have a fire rate of 0.6. Now it is 0.65. Epic improved it, but guess what? The old pump shotgun had a fire rate of 0.7. We all quite literally spent 4 years getting used to the fire rate of the pump shotgun, getting used to knowing when to shoot after you shoot it once, or even just knowing when to shoot after an edit. And then boom, randomly in Chapter 3, all of that stuff goes right out the window. It almost makes me feel like Epic just does not play their game. Do they realize how awkward that makes fights and how much fights are dragged out now? I don't even need to mention the awkwardness of when you're trying to heal, but you now have to wait. There's like a random delay. I don't need to mention the fact that the auto shotgun reloads 2 bullets at a time insanely slowly, making it the worst shotgun probably ever. And I especially don't need to mention the fact that the striker pump shotgun has a smaller crosshair than the pump shotgun, meaning it's harder to hit shots on, but at the same time does less damage and has a smaller headshot multiplier.
He's just saying so much truth, bro. And me pisses me off the fucking aim assist thing. That pisses me off the most, like literally. Aim assist is like literally gone. Guys, aim assist is literally gone. That's why I'm not playing this game.
I'm literally going crazy, boys. I have a gold striker pump shotgun that does 165 damage at most. It's basically an old blue pump. I'm not sure if that change was made because all the casual players were saying that they were sick of getting 200 to 0'd. I feel like it kind of was because they also made snipers that way. A gold sniper only does 198 to the head. But let's be real here, people. Hitting a 200 damage headshot with a gold spaz takes way more skill than spraying someone to death. You can't even argue with me on that one. Like, dude. Back to the point I was trying
Yeah, I hope great pump, 200 pump.
to make though. Epic knew what they were doing in this meta. They've seen how they can fix them, which they kind of made steps towards doing already. They did nerf the Mark 7 damage to builds, they nerfed the fire rate and added recoil to it, but just remember, they did not nerf the SMG yet. They actually buffed it by fixing the reload animation. Now, for real, I'm gonna stop crying. I want to talk about other stuff than the Stinger SMG, and with that, I want to bring up the fact that the Stinger SMG is not the only problem in the current meta. Sure, it's one of the biggest ones, but there's a few other weapons and items that I think need to be changed or nerfed. Can you guess one? If you said the Mark 7, you, sir, are correct.
But Jarian, didn't you just say Epic already nerfed the Mark 7? Stop complaining, stop whining, and just adjust.
Chill, little Timmy, it's a rant video. I'm also recording this on Christmas, so I'm allowed to complain here. Seriously though, I would love to know what Epic was thinking when they put the MK7 in the game with its current stats. Like, I understand what they were going for with the overall concept. They wanted a new type of AR with a scoped red dot sight. It would have no sort of bloom or anything like that, be way more accurate than normal guns. But if you're gonna put that in the game, why make it do so much damage and have such a fast fire rate? Part of the reason that most ARs we are used to were not that overpowered is because they all had bloom. Just think of the mythic assault rifles we had, like the mythic Scar, the mythic burst AR. Reason that
I thought this was a spec.
most ARs we are used to were not that overpowered is because they all had bloom. Just think of the mythic assault rifles we had, like the mythic Scar, the mythic burst AR. All of them were really good.
Actually, I need to say something. The MK7, I don't find it so much overpowered, honestly. I find it actually quite alright. I don't find it too much overpowered. I find it actually alright. It's not so much big of a deal.
But they were not insanely busted.
From my
and it's
side,
because
you know?
you could not hit all your shots with it. Fast forward to Chapter 3, maybe Epic forgot about it. Maybe they just wanted people to get absolutely 200 to 0'd in half a second. But they decided to make the MK7 have really good damage, nearly that of the old AR, have an even faster fire rate, and of course, have absolutely no bloom with a red dot sight. If Epic wants to seriously have a gun like that in the game and make it fair, they need to reevaluate its pros and cons and adjust accordingly. The MK7, for example, has a red dot sight with no bloom, therefore it should either have a really slow fire rate with its current good damage, or it should have a fast fire rate with low damage. The one thing it definitely should not have is good damage, which it has now, and a fast fire rate. Is it really that hard, people? As far as the Stinger SMG goes, Epic needs to do the same exact thing. Do they want all weapons in the game to be busted and for Fortnite to have a really low time to kill? If so, which I don't think they want, but if they do, then make shotguns just as overpowered as SMGs and ARs are. Do they not want that? Do they want all weapons to be fair and balanced and for Fortnite to feel like Fortnite again? Well then, buff the auto and the striker pump shotgun, increase their headshot multipliers, and most importantly, nerf the dang SMGs. All they have to do is decrease the fire rate and decrease the damage back to what it was last chapter. The whole purpose of an SMG in Fortnite is not to be the end-all be-all weapon from up close. That is what it currently is, and that's why we're in a spray meta. Players should actually have to decide between picking up an SMG, using it to kind of finish off their opponents after they get them weak, or the other option of dropping it and carrying more heals. That's how it should work, but it's not currently what happens. People just pick an SMG up every time because it's the best gun in the game. In fact, I actually don't even carry a shotgun a lot. Half the time I either have a Mark 7 and a Stinger SMG, or I have a striker pump shotgun and a Stinger SMG. It's just that good.
Of course.
And speaking of ridiculously good items in the current Fortnite Chapter 3 meta, I want to finish the video by bringing up the Spider-Man Mythic web shooters. Originally, I thought these would be like a normal mythic item in Fortnite. Maybe there would be one or two of them around the map. Maybe you'd have to kill an NPC boss to get them. I really thought they would be as fair and balanced as a normal mythic could be. And side note, that means that I am not currently against mythic items in competitive and arena. I feel like a lot of people are. I really am not if they actually fit the game and they're not that overpowered. Some of the best competitive memories I have were from Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3, back when there was a mythic charged shotgun, when there was a mythic shockwave launcher. I need you guys to know I am not against the idea of mythic items. What I am against is the current iteration of the mythic Spider-Man web shooters. In total, in Fortnite Chapter 3, there are over 30 Spider-Man mythics available on the map. Over 30. These things spawn in every single game in the same exact spot. You don't need to kill an NPC or a boss or anything like that. You just walk up to them and collect them. And let me remind you, they are mythic items. Just for a second, think about their pros and cons. They give you virtually unlimited mobility. They make it insanely easy to third-party fight. Half the time, people cannot even hear you when you use them or when you're above them. They can also be used as a harpoon. They can be used to get down from build fights and to avoid taking fall damage. And the best part is, it only takes up one item slot in your inventory. Onto the cons of it, there's only one. I'm not joking, only one. And it is that you can take fall damage while swinging if your opponent shoots you out. How Epic deems an item like that is fair for the quote-unquote competitive game mode of Arena is actually beyond me. It's been in the last few tournaments, it's been in the game for the last 2.5, almost 3 weeks, and for all I know, it's going to continue to be in Arena and all other competitive game modes for the rest of the season.
But Jarian, since there's 30 of them, that makes it more fair than there only being one mythic item.
Well, little Timmy, if that were true, then you could make the same argument for Stinger SMGs. You could say that anyone has them available to them since Stinger SMGs come in all rarities, they're all over the ground in floor loot, and you could make the argument that Stinger SMGs are not overpowered because everyone can use one. Little Timmy, that is a stupid ass argument. Why not make the game actually balanced and fun to play again in the current meta? And why not only keep competitive items in the quote-unquote competitive game modes? In fact, what happened to Epic saying that they were going to wait 2 weeks before adding new items into Arena? They did not do that for the Mythic Spider-Man web shooters. They straight up lied and stuck it right into Arena from the get-go. To be fair to Epic though, I do have to say the Mythic web shooters are very fun. They can stay in pubs obviously, and I feel like they might be more balanced once Epic actually nerfs Stinger SMGs. Part of the reason I hate the Mythic web shooters so much is because it makes third partying really easy, especially with the Stinger SMGs. All you have to do is jump on someone, you get 200 to O them while in the air. People literally will only take a Stinger SMG, a striker pump shotgun, and then go around the map, swinging from tree to tree, looking for opponents with the Mythic web shooters, and third party it while brainlessly spraying. Therefore, hopefully Epic will take the Mythic web shooters out of competitive. Hopefully they will also go through with the nerfs that I said to the Stinger SMG and the Mark 7 AR. In my opinion, this season could be the best season Epic has ever made. They could have made this chapter alone revive the entire Fortnite franchise, yet they just decided not to. Every single day I get online, I want to play Fortnite so badly. I'll warm up, I'll get in game, but then as soon as I get into like 3 or 4 different fights, I end up getting sprayed to death. I die to someone with way less skill than me because they're just spraying through my builds. By the way, Fortnite is a building game, Epic. You know that. And I just get straight offline. So yeah, that is my rant. I do not hate this season. I just hate the current weapon meta. I truly love Fortnite and I really think Epic can make this the best chapter ever. All they have to do though is just fix it. And maybe watch this video for some ideas. Thus, let me know what you guys think about the current meta and just my overall rant, if you agree or disagree. On top of that, if you enjoyed the video or you learned something new, do be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel somewhere down here, and turn on my post notifications. Shout out to everyone on the screen for using code Jarian. You guys know I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm currently recording this on Christmas Day, which is why I look so dang dapper. So Merry Christmas, enjoy the holidays, I love you all. Otherwise, that is it from me, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Later. Yeah. Totally speaking facts. Totally speaking facts. Yeah. I mean, you talked a lot of facts there. I mean, I can't say anything about it. Yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And until then, bye-bye.
She know me, she don't know me. Limousine riding, pulled up in a Corvette, it's a perfect with the dying. She say she love me, but I know the bitch rolling up.